Hi, I'm Riley Harvey for V-Cycling News, and this is the Moon Riders Heroica. It's a 12-stage race with 8 best stages counting, and you can drop 4 of those stages. Sorry, you can drop 4 out of the 12 stages. Either choose not to ride them or ride them and drop your worst times. Every Tuesday night, I'm going to try and stream as many of these events as we can. A little bit of a busier night for the VCN, so we're not able to quite stream all of them, but we're going to try and get most of them if we can. I'm joined tonight on the commentary by Francois. Hoping is on live now.
Yeah, I am. Hi all. Hi Riley. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Fantastic to have you along, Francois. Perhaps you could explain to the viewers a little bit about tonight's event.
Yeah, so as you explained, so it's the best 8 out of 12. So it's a series that will go for 12 weeks. Well, every week we're using real roads, so it's all the real roads of RGT. Being one of the old guys on this platform now, I've been riding quite a lot of Pienza, so I'm a bit sad I cannot race tonight. It's one of my preferred routes. I think for the guys who've been riding it, of course, there is the last hill, which normally will be decisive, but don't underestimate the ones in between. There is one serious hill on the way, and there is one short hill on the way, which I think could also be interesting tonight. So I think we have a very strong field, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the Moon Riders will do with this tonight's stage. Yes, but it has been very competitive on the first night last week, so let's see what the guys will do today.
And just running the relay through there. So the course now starts just after the big hill, the wall climb as it's called. Yeah. And you drop into the Tuscan gravel roads there before rolling around. As you say, there's a couple of little lumps on the back side of that course that might cause a bit of a challenge for some of the riders.
Yeah, so I mean, as I said, I'm not sure the last hill will be the only one that will play a role. So I expect that after the first lap already, we'll have a small group of maybe 15 riders or 10 riders that will ride for the victory. That's my guess.
So we're heading down to the course.
Let's see what we have here.
Who are you looking at in this and thinking they're a potential winner?
I've been trying to get Christophe Contant excited about this stage. I hope he's I don't see it on the picture, but I think he should be racing tonight. He has been training quite a lot on this in the last weeks. So I think he could play a role in this race. And then, of course, we have our Water from the Moon Riders, who is always up for those kind of challenges. I think he could be doing something right tonight as well. Is Christophe in the...
Just have a
race
quick
tonight?
Scroll through.
Christophe Contant.
I can't see him there as yet. There is a couple of minutes left yet.
Yeah, he should be joining. What do you think, Riley? Who is your favorite for tonight?
Well, Wout has been riding fantastically, and he's been keeping himself challenged with the echelon races just at the weekend. So it'd be interesting to see how he races tonight.
Recover from all of it. Yeah, because he raced yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Let's see, 30 seconds to go. This is where I normally say start your engines when I'm part of a race. And not tonight. Okay, so we have now 50 seconds to go. I guess it will be a hard start as we always see on LGT. So they better keep on start pedaling now. Should be about 5-7 watts per kilo for the first guys. Let's see how it goes. Start with a climb, 4%. Moon Riders to the front, as expected. Okay, let's see, they can already create some gaps. So Christophe is there. Okay, good. So Christophe Quentin will, I think he will be challenging water. It will be an interesting race to see those two guys together. So we have 19 riders in front. Is Daniel? Can Daniel stay with the group? I hope you can, because downhill you can benefit a lot from the drafting. So if you isolate it alone, you can easily get dropped. So that's a very dangerous race because you start with uphill. You need to give all you can, and then there is this downhill where if you're alone, see, Daniel has to give a lot of power to come back on the group. Okay, here he is. Okay, so we have 19 riders in front. So that means the guys behind are already dropped. See who is leading this group. Who is in this group? So Daniel, Walter, of course. Sabine, Quentin is there as well. Stefan. Okay. So I think the strong guys are there. Let's see how long it takes them. So you see, then it will be the first hill. So they go down now for, I think, maybe 1 kilometer, and then there is the first hill, and then it's relatively flat until the hill that just goes before the wall, and that's where I think the thing will really be decided. After the first wall, I guess there will be a group of maybe 5-6 riders already, and then we can go for the second lap and third lap and see who can take. I don't think it will be a sprint tonight. I don't know, Riley, what's your opinion on this? But I don't expect a big sprint.
No, I think what you're saying is right. This is a real wall of a climb, this one. And you're going to see the guys getting pushed straight out the back. It's out of the saddle, pushing hard, going up 12%. You're there, coming over the top. They'll be opening up brakes straight into the descent, and it'll be creating large gaps that you'll see the riders struggling to recover on the descent. You can already see it happening here. Is again them really strung out. That group's splitting up already, fragmenting.
Yeah, they could already be dropping some of the guys in this one. So that's what I told you. So there is not only the last climb, but there are also interesting ones in between. And this one is really interesting because you go almost at 9%. So that means you need to push very hard. You can see that the numbers are turning red. So all the top 7 guys now are in the red. No, all 11 guys were in the red. So they're already pushing quite a lot in this one. And they know that then they have a descent. So they can give all they have on this one and hope to recover in the descent that will follow now. So 2 guys in front. Lennox and Larkin. They make a break now. Now Walter is there. Bringing back the peloton, I think. Yeah. I think they will regroup in the descent. But you see, they're already attacking. There are 22 kilometers left. So they've done less than 10% of the race and they're already attacking. So it will be an interesting night.
Yeah, already there's a big gap there to the group behind us. Christophe Quentin, your shout is there on the front of the group, pushing off.
I would prefer a moon rider to win, huh? Don't get it wrong, Riley. But I think Christophe has been really very strong on the wall. He has been practicing a lot in the last weeks, trying to get the crown on Strava. I think he's like 20 seconds from the crown, so he's really he knows it perfectly. So I think he will be very good in the wall. Let's see what he can give. He's only worried that it's a race for punchers and that he's not punchy enough. It's more a constant hill or more a mountain goat. So I think he will be very good in the Ventoux stage and the Stelvio stage that will come later in this tour. So today he just want, I think, to defend a good position. And I think he really will. I'm curious to see what he can do on the Ventoux and the Stelvio. I think that would be really for Christophe.
Yeah, I think you have to give one of the stages to a rider from another team to keep the interest up. You can't have moon riders winning everything.
Yeah, we'll do our best. That's why I didn't ride tonight.
I'm going to scroll back a little bit through the rest of the riders, see who else is in the stage and see how they're going on.
Yeah. They're in the easy portion now, so it will be less interesting anyway. Okay, you see the gaps already. Some guys alone. That's a long race if you're alone here. Yeah, Moon Riders. We are quite a big team, as you can see. We have people in most of the groups. We've been growing, recruiting quite some riders in the last weeks, trying to be visible on all the races on the platform. More and more people from Belgium as well. It used to be you used to be seeing only people from UK, but I think more and more people from Belgium, Portugal are also attending the races. That's really nice to see.
Yeah, there's some really good promoters of the races in Belgium and Portugal. I was riding with Smack quite frequently in the PRT races last year. He was really busy on the platform.
It's good to see it's not only UK.
More Australians and Kiwis as well at the moment. And you can't
it's
miss
growing
all the
though.
Danes
It's a
joining.
big community. Okay, yeah, so you see those guys still getting 3 watts per kilo, so it's pushing. Everywhere in the field, people are pushing. It's quite impressive to see the commitment to races from those people. Really good. More people from Belgium. Good to see. It's also one of the nicest routes, I think, on the GT in terms of views. I really like it. I think this one and Cap Formentor are the one where you see the best views. I'm not sure the guys riding or racing this night are enjoying the views, but it's really one nice route to ride. Look at this.
I like the views on the Pienza road, but I also find that the riding is a little bit more like the riding that I do in real life. I don't find that I'm often attacking the long alpine climbs. Yeah. It is generally a bit more like the riding that you find in Pienza.
It's undulating. It's not too steep. So you see, so they are now really approaching the wall, already in the first portion, 3.8%. So enjoy some good drafting. The guys behind do less effort than the guys in front. And then if you go above 5%, or if you start to get close to 20 kilometers per hour, then the draft is almost disappearing, and it's a different story then.
See, Tobin managed to make it back into the group, but he's now been dropped as we've come onto these slopes again.
That's always very hard. You come back and then, bam, they attack and you're dropped again. You need to be really strong. Okay, La Roche, can you come back to the group? That would be a good effort.
La Roche is pushing out around about 4 watts per kilogram. The rest of the guys are up at about 5 there. I think he's going to be distanced.
Yeah. Anyway, our Italian moonrider, Visita, was there also. Playing at home. See, 5.7%. So then the draft is not there anymore. They are less than 20k per hour. 5%. So no draft for those guys. So really everyone for himself, just pushing, giving all they can. See, around 5 watts per kilo for the front group. 4 to 5. They need to do that 3 times. So that's also something to keep in mind, I think. Don't give everything in the first lap, because they have 2 laps to go. And I guess the last climb will be really, really, really wide. And we need to give lots of energy then. So you better save some now, if you can. See, guys are getting dropped. They are almost now. There are 9 guys. Yeah, 9, 5 really in the group, I think.
And we've probably got a group of 7 at the front here.
Yeah, Stefan's last guy in group. Okay, yeah, 6, 7, yeah, 7 guys. Okay, that's small group already. You see, Christophe is still there. Huh? Christophe, Water, Daniel, yeah. Those are the strong guys. Ah, Locking is alone. Okay, he did attack. Okay, brave guy. 2 laps to go.
Do we know Larking?
No, I don't think I've seen him in previous races. Let me check in the. I'll check in the ranking.
So Larkin's opened up a gap of 90 meters here over the chasing group. It's a strong chasing group, so this is a really good attack for Larkin to be making this the stick. As Francois said, though, it's going to be another 2 laps of this race, and a group together can save more energy drafting off each other. Whether they'll be able to slowly reel him back in on the descents and the flatter sections. Christophe Conton just in view in the distance there.
Yeah, that's a very brave attack. When the guy is there pushing, and then you have a group behind, a group of 4 guys with Christophe, Water, and Daniel. That would be strong, and Jan is there as well, so that would be a really strong group. I hope he's not giving it too much. He's not wasting too much watts in this first climb. So, it's 3.94. Yeah, it's quite good. I mean, he has a gap of 100 meters to the guys behind. Let's see how long he can stay there. Looking at this helicopter view, yeah, they are quite far. So it's really a good effort, strong effort he's putting there. I think Christophe wants to make some selection at the back as well. They really want to push. They would like to have a group of 3-4 guys going for the second lap only with this small group. They made a very strong selection. Timo couldn't follow. Some of the moon riders, Lyndon also was 500 meters now, so they really made a gap there. So let's see, that's the second group. Okay. Lennox seems also to be very strong tonight, Lennox. He was already attacking very early. I know he's back in front, so let's see what Larkin can do alone with this group of guys there. Yeah, I see Christophe, he was not so convinced he could go. He think it was for punchers, but so far he's still leading the pace.
Christophe on the front of this group. Larking just coming into his descending section now.
Yeah, that's also something you see. I mean, the meter will go, the distance from Larking to the group will go up until the guys reach the top. And then in the descent, you will see dropping. So that's a normal behavior. That doesn't mean that he's bad performing, that's just how it will be. So it's normal to see it coming now, but it's almost 200 meters. So it's a real gap, yes. He's been making, but he's alone. He's really alone. So that's 215. Okay, still are the guys at the top now? Water and Daniel at the top already.
They're descending now as a strong group.
Okay, here they are. 5 against 1. Huh. See? No, it's dropping the distance. 100 meters. Yeah, to be expected in the descent. 90. Yeah, that would be. You will have a hard time against those guys. That's a very strong group you have there. I think most of them are gold, ranked on their GTDB. No platinum yet in those.
Moon Rider's not graduated to platinum yet, then?
No, not yet. It doesn't seem to come for water. That's the next objective, I think, for him. That's clearly one of his goals, to reach that platinum. 60 meters, maybe the next climb will be decisive then. I don't know if Larkin can push enough watts against those guys. You see, they see him now, so he's in their line of fire. So I think they will. Yeah, the next climb will be. I think there will be a group of 6 guys. I hope he can stay with the group.
You see Daniel pushing on now.
Yeah. Daniel has been very strong in the last races. I think he's a very impressive rider. He's always there in the front groups. Every race he has been doing, he's always finishing in the front group. So, yeah, it's the end for Larkin, I think. That's pretty clear now. Can Lennox stay with them? Yeah, coming back. See all the red numbers again. So this one is really an interesting slope. I think you really need to. You can really push because it's short, so you know it's a short effort. So you know you can give everything, and then you have the descent. So it's really giving it all then, and then see Lennox giving more than 5 watts and being dropped. That's a difficult situation. Okay, he's back. So the descent there will be a group of 6 guys, and then at the next wall we'll see who can push harder. So if I look at I'm just looking at the ranking. So David Blodgett, who was the winner last week, didn't join this race, so he will lose his leadership. And then Walter was second, and Jan Linden Poco was third, but he's the second group, so he won't make it there. Christophe Contant was 9. I guess he will go up in the ranking, and Daniel was 5 out of this group. So there will be some change in the GC as well after this race. I guess Walter will take the yellow jersey.
See them just pushing hard again out that little descent. Putting Lennox on the back of the group. This is turning into a bit of a yo-yo situation for Lennox. I wonder how long it is before the elastic will snap.
Yeah, but then looking at the distance, and the next guy is at 700 meters. So if he gets dropped, he will be alone, which is, of course, the situation you want to be in. So that gives you some extra motivation to stay with the group. If you see guys at 10 meters or 20 meters behind, and you say, okay, I can wait for that guy and form another group, but he will really be dropped if he's not with the group. He will be alone for the rest of the race, which is not a nice situation to be in.
So he's pushing hard here in 6th position, trying to get back onto the group before this next climb. It looks like he's going to get back into the group. While he's there, we'll go back. Timo Ackenbach, Stevens and Isidore in this group.
Yeah, you have 3 moon riders there trying to come back. The next group, 600 meters. Yeah, that will be a challenging one. So Jan Linden, Jan Linden is doing less good than last week. It might not like the circuit so much. Slopes might be a bit too much for him today. Curious to see what will happen in the second climb of the wall. Will the group stay together? Will somebody try to attack? I think Walter and Christophe are really They want to challenge each other. They really like to race together. Okay, there's a gap. 9-10 meters to Lennox and Simmons. Can you come back? Yeah. Okay. Here they are.
So we're just coming up on the base of the wall climb again. Christoph taking the lead at the front here. I wonder if, as Francis said, he's paced it out really well. He knows where he needs to attack. Is this going to be his
Last
time
corner.
to make it convincing?
He could try an early attack. He could. I don't know if they would dare to do it, because based on the experience from lacking on the previous lap, they know that in the descent, if you're alone against a group, your chances are very low, I think, to go to the end. But let's see who can stay with the group. I think obviously Daniel and Christoph will pace it. That's what I would expect. And then we see who can stay with the group. I think Christoph, he needs to pace it because he's not a puncher, so he needs to be at a very constant high watts for the whole climb and try to control the attacks by being very strong but constant. But I think on the opposite, guys like Water and Daniel, they can attack. Or lacking also, we've seen that he can attack, so that's not good for Christoph. He doesn't like that. He likes to keep a very constant pace, constant power, and go with his effort alone. So see how it goes. You see, 5.6 watts, 5.7 watts per kilo. He's really trying to control them. See, staying in front, pushing as hard as he can. He knows this slope. He has been, I think it was 2 days ago that he was again training on this one, so he really knows it by heart. He really knows where he needs to go. And Water knows it as well, so we say, I better stay with that guy. Linux, against the elastic, as you said, Riley. That's really hard for him, I think, to stay with his group. Let's see the gap, huh? 560 meters to the second group. It's quite a distance. And Christoph still pacing it, huh? High power all the way, all the world he will do that. So it's really impressive what he's pushing now. 4.4, 4.5. Because then the real steep will come. Right? So you can see on the elevation graph at the bottom that the red slopes are coming. So now we are at 5, and it will really start. So there is one more. At the next corner, it starts really to be interesting. So let's see if Christoph can keep on controlling the race. You can also see on the bottom right, this is where the segments start. So the climb to wall, as they call it on the segment. This is really where the real effort starts. So we're getting there. You can see, maybe we see the corner now, and then you have one more, and then you start the climb. But this is where for me, this is where I start to feel my legs when I do it. So you have a kind of a rest, 4%, and then you have a corner to the left, then it starts. See, 4.5, 4.6. Here is the left corner, and then you need to be really strong. Here they go. Let's see what he can do. Daniel coming in front. This is where you better stay behind, because you see the percentage 3.4, 3.9, 4%. So you get some drafting benefits. So better stay behind. I know we reach the wall, so we know we'll be at 5. And from that stage, it's only your own watts that counts. They're not still there. Still 6 guys. Impressive guys, what you're doing now. I'm glad I'm not racing. I wouldn't be with those guys.
I would have been dropped very early on in this race.
Yeah, that's. What they are doing now is really nice. This group is really strong. Those 6 guys there, they're really doing a good demonstration. And then the final sprints, as you can call it, the last ramp is where one could attack. You see Christophe again, coming in front, pacing it. He knows it. He knows what he can do. He knows exactly his limit. So he better be in front, controlling the race, preventing them from attacking. That's a very good strategy. I mean, he's playing it very well. I don't know if he can do that 3 times now. Let's see if what will happen in the third climb.
Wouter judged it very well there. He just put in a little bit of effort to take the inside line and just put lots of distance into Christophe there without too much of an effort.
That's a very nice usage of the lanes indeed, because this is something very important in LGT. I mean, you can, by playing with your watts and taking the right wheel, you can really be taking inside of the corners, and that makes a lot of difference indeed. So that's some race dynamics that I really like in LGT. It needs some training and it needs some discipline, but you can have some control over where you stand in the corners. So Wouter did very well. He saw he was in the inside of the corner, and then he put some power, and he knew he would make a distance there. So that was really well played with the game. This is where you see the experienced riders on the platform. That's very nice to see indeed. See Christophe pacing it. Oh, he's strong. I'm quite happy that I mentioned about Christophe before the start, because he was not confident himself. I've been chatting with him a bit, and he was like, "Yeah, it's for punchers." But you see, he's still with the punchers now, and there is only 1 lap to go. So 1 last effort in like 7 kilometers, and he's done. So still six guys. Well done from Lennox. I'm impressed.
These guys are going to be together on this descent for a little while, so I'm just going to drop back and check the other groups on the road.
Yeah, give everyone some time on. Yeah, one riders still together. 3 guys. Yeah, Linden 10. That's not where I wanted to be, I think.
Smack there. As I say, I was riding with him somewhat last year, and he was a good, strong rider. He's only just come back onto the platform. I think his first few races that I've seen him in, probably just getting back his RGT turbo trainer legs.
He's a winter rider. But the weather in Belgium is very good for indoor cycling. I don't know about you, Riley, in UK, but in Belgium you don't want to ride outside.
No. At the moment, in my garage, it's about 2-3 degrees. I'm not particularly keen on riding indoors at the moment.
Okay, so even indoor is a challenge for you. Right? I'm riding in my basement, so basement is okay. It's still probably close to 10 degrees, so it's okay.
No, it's winter weather gear, even indoors for me.
Yeah. Okay, where are they, guys? Okay, they're in the small climb that I like, where you can give it all. Just push, try to make the distance. Let's see if they try to do that, or if they wait for the last climb to make a gap. See Christophe is really there. I'm really impressed by Christophe. Strong performance tonight. Well, Daniel try something. No. See, numbers turning red again. All in the red zones. Good guys. Strong right. Almost at the top. I think Lennox doesn't like those attacks. He's also a bit like Christoph. Prefer constant power output and just go with his own pace. He's always comebacks, but doesn't like to counter attack or to really go when the guys attack. So it's but he's always there, so he's always come back in the end. Just doesn't like to change pace. So we'll see what that will give in the war. And there might be some attacks there, so we'll see if we can stay with the group. So still 6 guys in front. 1 kilometer to the second group. Wow. Nice effort to putting there.
You see Lennox just drifting to the front there. That gives an indication that he is a bit of a heavier rider, and that's why he's probably struggling on these little inclines, the punches. Some of the lighter riders able to just get the watts per kilogram out, and Lennox just struggling slightly to match them for the same wattage on those lumps.
Yeah, from Strava pictures, I think Christoph is quite thin. So he's probably one of the light riders in this peloton. I don't know, Larkin. Larkin is always pushing. He really wants to go for it. Still has good legs, I think, Larkin. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him give an attack in the last war. Let's see what it gives. But I think he kept some. His first attack was really impressive in the first climb. Let's see if he can do that again. Yeah, Walter giving some distance to Daniel. Let him go. We're trying to play him. They are the only team with 2 guys in front, so maybe they could try to do something. I'm not on the radio of the team, so I don't know what they're doing. I have no insider's information.
Does always help having a teammate on the road with you.
Yeah. Pushes you as well.
I'm surprised a little bit in the fact that Wouter knows how well Christoph rides and his riding style. I thought between the two of them, Wouter and Daniel, they might have used that to their advantage and started doing some random punchy attacks to try and get Christoph to break his rhythm.
Maybe they are too confident that one climb will be enough. I don't know. Let's see when they're approaching so 4 kilometers to go, approaching the last climb. This little group of 6 guys who will be on the podium. I don't know Larkin good enough, but I still believe he could play a role in the last climb. Is Water gone? What's his distance there?
Yeah, it looks like Wouter may have
14
made it stick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he tried to anticipate a bit on the wall. That's good. Interesting. And Daniel is not riding, of course. Staying in the wheels. It's good for him. And they will bring him back and he will have good legs for the wall. Interesting approach. Let's see. Christoph doesn't know what to do, I guess. Should they give it on now, or can he expect to come back in the wall? That's difficult for Christoph, I think. Does he want to bring all the group? Not sure. Ooh, 100 meter, okay. Made a gap. Yeah, we don't see the guys. Strong attack there. Water, I'm really impressed by the progress he made in the last year. But he's a serious rider. Huh? He's very often commuting by bike, like three days a week. Almost, he's racing almost every day of the week. So he has some good trainings. He's serious about his cycling. See Larking, yeah, I saw he still had some legs. Not surprised to see him attacking now. You could see that he kept it in the last 2 laps after his failed attempt in the first wall. Yeah, see, Christoph, yes, doesn't like those attacks. He will come back at his pace. Give him some time.
Just on tempo.
Okay, 20 meters for water. Yeah, Larkin coming back. Both in red. See, 1 and 2 pushing big watts. Both in the red zones. Christoph third. Yeah, see, he dropped the others. So Christoph, yeah, as I said, pacing it. He knows exactly how strong he can push. Lennox trying to stay with Christoph. I think Simons and Daniel are, yeah, it's a bit too much for them now. Can Christoph come
What do
back?
you think?
Ooh. Larking is very strong. See? The water has a flatter portion. Maybe you can try to stay in the wheel. Benefit from some drafting. Come on, just one few meters at 5%. But you see, Christoph coming back, 50 meters. Yeah, I'm not sure that water can resist to Christoph. Wow. This Larking is probably a man to watch for the next races.
Larkin very strong here.
Impressive, yeah. But his first climb was also very impressive, so strong rider. Always above 4.5 watts all the way. Now in the segment. 1.4 kilometers to go. 70 meters to almost 80 meters to water. I think he will go for the win. I don't think. But Christoph can come back. See, Christoph is not far from water. And I'm not sure water can stay in the wheel of Christoph even. You see?
I wonder if Wouter is seeing that Larkin is gone, rather than try and risk it with Christoph, he wants to bring him back in and then out sprint him
together. Yeah, but it's, yeah. The question is, can he stay in the wheel of Christoph? Let's see. Christoph can pace it at 5 watts per kilo, I think. See? Okay, Christoph benefits from drafting. Smart. Well played. Good moment to come back. They know each other very well, huh? So they interesting. Okay, Christoph pass. And he will directly try to drop water, I think. 130 meters, I think Larkin will win. See, water benefiting from the drafting. 3%, 28 kilometers per hour. At those speeds, with those slope, you save some watts. And see how much he's saving? Yeah, like 20 watts. That's something.
Christoph just pulling away from him now.
Yeah, see? Wow, okay. Yeah. I knew Christoph was going to be strong. Okay, if you look at the live ranking, it's interesting. So the first climb, Larkin was 3 seconds faster than class and content. So okay, yeah, that's a win. Nice stage, very strong ride. Now can Water come back? Who will be third? What will be the position on the podium? Okay, Christophe, second. Strong race. Wow, Water third. Nice race, guys. That was really exciting to see. I mean, this last climb was, see how many watts those guys pushed. So impressive. And Lennox still there.
And that was a fantastic ride from Lennox there.
Yeah. Simons is fifth. Just look at, yeah, Simons was 18 last week. So that's a very nice achievement. He did very strong this week. And Stephens for the Moonrider. Giving it the last climb. See, I mean, he's maybe not in the lead group, but you see they are above 4 watts per kilo, huh? Those guys. It's quite impressive the watts that they can still give at this stage of the race.
Yeah, I think that's certainly something to say, is that all the riders battle for the positions all the way down. Doesn't matter whether it's a first, second, third, or 21st, 22nd, 23rd. All the riders, they want that position.
Yeah, you see here, so you see Easytor from our Italian guy from the team. He just had an upgrade of his hardware, and he's enjoying now his new home trainer. You see that's giving him extra motivation, I think, to his rides. It's always good to also change your hardware. I think that's we all know that. From time to time, you need to get some new toy to give you motivations.
I know when I changed my trainer from a wheel on to a direct drive, it made about 40 watts of difference for me. So it was quite a big inspiration to go and ride some more.
It gives you plus 40 watts.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
The other way around would be less motivating. Okay, so, okay, the Moonrider sprinting for the win. Interesting. It's nice to see Timo there. 40 meters to go, guys. Push it. It's interesting that they changed the position of the finish and the start. I don't know if you remember that initially it was at the start of the climb. It was really at the bottom of the climb. So I think last year somewhere they changed the position of the finish line on Pienza.
Yeah, it's a much more sensible place for it to end at the top of this climb.
It was a bit weird before because you were ending at really in the valley. So there was a sprint really. I think for this kind of stage is much better than what they've been doing today. It makes much more sense to end it at the top of the wall. Maybe that's not what's in their mind of those guys when they would have been happy to finish before the climb, but I think in terms of racing it's much more interesting to end up there. I know Timo, okay, good race Timo. What's the time? Okay, it's a sub 45 minutes for 3 laps. That's quite good. Strong performance for those guys. And the top 10 will be close to 45. That's very good. Linden now. As I said, I think he might be a bit disappointed by his. He was third last week. He's a very strong rider on the platform. Yeah.
this may be one of the stages he decides to drop.
I'm just trying to look at what kind of things he's. I'm just looking at his performance on RGTDB to find out the kind of rider he is. If he likes maybe more flat, but I know I think he has been good all around. So yeah, it's not his best day, but that's a very. Still he's getting 4 watts, huh? So don't underestimate the effort. 5 watts now, so don't underestimate what he's doing now. The front group was really strong tonight.
Yeah, as you well know yourself, if you get dropped out of that front group, you can very quickly be distanced. It's
that's what I normally do. I stick with them for maybe 5 kilometers, and then I get dropped, and often and alone, riding my own race and hoping that somebody will come back on me. That's the story of my life racing on the RGT those last weeks.
You don't seem to do too bad, Francois.
Yeah, but I'm not in my best shape, so I hope next week. And I'm also looking forward to the stage of Ventoux and Stelvio. I think that's. I'm curious to see what I can do there. I'm one of those light riders, so I like those long mountain stage. So we'll see what that gives. Might be more for me. Those front groups are. That's also something new on RGT in the last months. You see more and more attacks, which I think it makes the races more interesting. Because with the new physics that RGT has implemented, you can really play with. As we could see the corner of water, there was really a nice way of using the platform, and that's something you cannot do on other platforms, where you really always end up with a sprint. I think on RGT you can really play with tactics and with the physics and make the races more interesting and more engaging for the riders. And you can really see it. You've also been streaming and watching a lot of races, Riley. You can really see that in the last months, the races are much more interesting.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think it started to show first for me in the Ratio Racing Monday pop-up races that came, where the Ratio team came out in force, and you could really see the way that they were working together, team tactics, obviously using Discord, and throwing a rider up the road, and then setting up at the front of the group, sort of controlling the pace of the rest of the group so that people couldn't chase. And then as soon as someone did chase, they were in their draft, chasing on with them as well.
The Razor were the first to really use it. And I think we all learn from them, or we get inspiration from them. And we are doing that now, so more and more with the Moon Riders. So before a race, we decide on some tactics, who will do what, which role we can play, and it's working. So it's really fun because you can really, you can really make a gap, as you could see today. So the group won't come back if you do it properly. And being in a team, it's really fun on the platform now. It really makes sense to be in a team, which I didn't expect when I started racing on the GT.
Yeah, it gives you a real purpose to be part of the team and be part of the team tactics.
Yeah, and so even for the less competitive guys in the team, that's also very interesting to be, because your team is winning. With Water, we had a lot of victories in the last weeks, and we all like to contribute to that as well. So it's also a good feeling to see that your team is winning. So that's so you see, La Roche coming up there. So 50 minutes. That's a very good effort. For the guys who have been riding it, 3 laps of Pienza it's a serious effort. And you're very glad when you see the finish line and you know it's over now, and you can, I guess for some of them, enjoy a good beer.
Or a bad beer.
Yeah, I'm from Belgium. We only have good beers,
Jonathan Stevens has commented on Facebook This is great commentary, guys. I found the pain after getting dropped, lol.
Yeah, that's part of the game, I guess. Next time you need to push harder to stay with the group. It's a very good race, Nathan, though. Okay. All the riders are now approaching the end. They all know that they will need to climb that wall one more time. I think that's also interesting to see races, I think between 45 and 1 hour are the good format for such a platform. I know there will be a 24-hour effort soon, Riley, but that's not a race, obviously, that you're setting up with VCN.
Well, you could describe it as a race. There is it's an endurance ride. We've got some interest in who can ride the furthest distance, although it's not going to be considered a race. It's a challenge ride, and it'd be nice to see who can achieve the biggest distance in that sort of time. But we're not just doing it for the guys who can ride for 24 hours. We're doing it for everyone. There's going to be categories at 2 hours, 4 hours, 6, 8, and 12.
It's in 2 weeks, right?
It's on the 21st.
21st, okay, yeah.
And we've also introduced the team category as well. So if you don't feel like you could ride the 24 hours,
okay,
you can get
as a
some of
team.
you guys together and ride.
Okay.
You know,
Slots, yeah.
ride slots, yeah.
Okay, all right. I will introduce that to our Discord channel. Might be a topic for discussion.
Yeah, you could ride some phenomenal distance doing it all together.
Course, yeah.
There's no rules to it. You could realistically, you could ride as a 5-man long team trial. Hey Ian, thanks for waving.
Yeah, nice touch. and you keep on waving.
A couple more moon riders coming in together, keeping each other company.
Yeah, we got Vitek and Marcin. Good guys. Keep pushing, getting there. Yeah, it's almost an hour on effort now, so it's becoming serious effort. That's also something I learned in racing on RGT. You need to keep on eating and drinking all the way. My first races, I didn't really anticipate on those needs of water and sugar all along the way. But if you do 1 hour effort, obviously you need to keep hydrated. So that's a strong effort for those guys.
Yeah, you wouldn't really think about it, but with the amount of sweating you're doing in a room instead of being outside, it's quite easy to get dehydrated.
If you want to race without a fan, so I think most people are using a fan. But if you don't use the fan, then you really end up seeing how many liters you sweat. That's very impressive. Okay. There are very few Danish tonight, compared to what you sometimes see on RGT in the last weeks.
The La Copa event was running tonight as well. It could be that there was a lot of them riding in there.
Yeah, that's becoming a challenge to find a slot on the platform. There are so many events going on. That's why we try to do also with the Moonrider Tour. That's why we did Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, because Wednesday and Thursday are very crowded nights. So that's why we try to find, but we found out that the Friday evening is not very popular slot. So we might need to think about that for the next tour. We are so also that's I think important to say. I mean, as you could see, Moonriders are more and more active on the platform, and we will keep on coming with new events. We have some very cool ideas on new formats. We'll see how far we go with those. Some ideas are better than others, maybe, but we like to make things a bit differently. I think like the idea we had of doing 8 out of 12 or 4 out of 6 also help the riders to take part of it, because like me, it's difficult for me to commit for 5 days in a row racing on the platform. I know some of the guys do that every week, but it's difficult for me. So the 4 out of 6 I think works also well. So we are still trying to find out the best format, but we will come with new ideas. So stay tuned, and we'll announce very shortly, I think, new events and new formats for the platform. Okay, I think we come to the how many riders are still on the roads, Riley?
We're not too far away from finishing now.
Yeah.
We've got Shane, PH, Jeff, Odzio, Arnold, and Hazard.
Okay, go guys. Almost there. Okay, Shane, 80 meters, you can do it. See, now we're getting really close to the hour.
PH seems to have stopped.
Okay, one more guy from Belgium. Good to see that coming.
PH restarted there. He's come back very strong as well. Gone into his red power zone. Perhaps he just had a little chain drop there. He's been a bit annoyed and pushed on to finish the race.
That's okay. Some sprint, trying to finish the race alone. That's also what's interesting, that you see competition all along the field. I think it remains competitive all the way. I've been racing in all kind of groups and in all kind of levels, and you always see that people enjoy the racing. That's really cool, and that's also what I like in about RGT, that of course it's competitive, and the guys in front like to be in front, but there is very good atmosphere and very good competition on the field.
See, Bodzio there was behind Jeff a few minutes ago. He's put in a big effort to overtake, and looking like he's going to take the 28th position off Jeff there, unless Jeff can put a big effort in to recover here.
Numbers are turning red, so he wants to come back. See, he's coming back. 20 meters. Yeah, might be let's come back. I don't know. No. Yeah, see? Nice, guys. It's good to see that. I like that. Until the finish line. 200 meters.
Jeff's making certain of that position now.
Yeah.
But all his matches of that last effort.
Yeah, 100 meter. Yeah, he will keep that position. Nice one. That's cool to see that. Okay, so we come to the end of this race. So next week will be another very interesting race. That will be on the Tempelhof, which I think is a very different kind of stage. Flat all the way. That's really will be really for the strong, yeah. The heavy guys will probably have some benefits there. So it's totally different ranking than today you can expect.
I think the last race that I saw on Tempelhof that we covered was actually won by Wouter. But seeing the way that Christoph has raced tonight and that constant power that he has, how do you think that's going to play out between the two of those if Christoph turns up to that race?
I don't think Christoph likes those races. So for me, I don't think it's a race for Christoph.
It's not because of the number of corners, the auto braking.
Yeah, I think. I mean, as you could see today, Wouter is very smart and very good at using the physics of the platform, and Christoph is really a climber. I think Christoph is probably waiting, as I said, for Ventoux and Stelvio to show his skills. That's where I think he will stand out. But I was very impressed by what he did today because he could really control. You could see he was always in front of the group, giving the pace, preventing them from attacking. That was really smart from his. He really played it smart. I think maybe the other guys didn't play it smart enough. They could have attacked him a bit more. Maybe they couldn't. It was not so easy. He was pushing 5 watts almost all the way. Stuff. So not so many guys I think on the field today that could attack him. So I think I'm really looking forward to seeing him on the mountains and see what he can do. And as you know, I'm a big fan of racing on the real road, so I think that was I really like this series. For me, that's I think RGT has done a very good job at building those roads. I like the magic roads, but I mean the sceneries they build here. I mean, it's good that people enjoy them and race on them, and they can discover them. So I think it's one way also to promote the platform and promote the job they did. This series. Okay. Also, Riley, thank you for having me tonight. I hope I did okay. It's my French English.
It's been a pleasure, Francois. It's been great chatting with you and having some help covering the race and a bit more of an insight into the Moon Riders team and how they're growing. It's really interesting to see. Moon Riders do, of course, have their own Facebook page if you wanted to check out the team and perhaps audition.
Yeah, we are open to get more people in the team. I think we're having a very good discussion all week on Discord about events, about the next races, about tactics. We are a great community, people from all over the world. So feel free to drop us a line if you're interested in joining the team. We are trying to be competitive, but we are also very happy to just enjoy some rides and be happy as a community. So let us know. So
fantastic.
With that, I think last rider. No, 2 riders still online.
We've got Hazard just behind.
A bit more than 1 hour.
Arnold just coming over the finish line there. Hazard nearly at the finish line. We're bringing the stream to a close now. Francois helping on the commentary. It's been great to have some company and somebody else giving a bit of a chat so you're not getting all bored by my voice.
It was a pleasure.
We've got some more races coming up soon. We are also covering the American time zone of this race. We're going to share out some codes for that so you can watch it. Hope you get involved. Hope you watch that and keep abreast of all the time zones. We're covering the NorCal race in the American time zone tonight as well. Trying to cover some more of the American races and get some more of the America's time zone people involved. If you have been watching on Facebook, if you could like and follow the page. If you've been watching on YouTube, if you can like and subscribe. Just seeing those numbers climb up steadily gives us some inspiration and some more encouragement to do more streams and to put more time and effort into it. As Francois was saying, the Moon Riders are doing some really good races, some really good series. It's worth following them. This series and a lot of the other ones are covered on RGT DB, but they're great. They're putting a lot of effort into these series to get them up and running and to get people joining in. A lot of thought being put into them. Hazard here coming up to the finish line. Not too long to go. 7 meters, and they're over the line.
Okay. Here you go.
So that's it for us tonight, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Riley.
Thank you, Francois.
See you next time. Bye.
See you next time. Have a good night. Bye.